Judgment Day had finally arrived at First Stand. One last day of groups to determine who was heading to playoffs and who was heading to the airport. After the results of yesterday, we had been left with a precarious tiebreaker scenario, but all eyes were on the region that surpassed all expectations. Well, not mine, but the rest of you were catching up. Fortunately, we have this video to catch you all up to speed. Hey, I'm Initialize. Let's dive in and see exactly how high those oysters could fly. And out of Carmine Corps, Team Liquid, or even Top Esports, who would be going home. Despite a protracted history of success, LCP, as it is now known, is often slept on by international fans. But this is the region that birthed TPA, AHQ, Flashwolves, Talon, and now of course CTBC Flying Oysters. It is once again a major region and it's putting up major region results. Their representatives, the Flying Oysters, have been by far the most consistent team here at First Stand, and have deservedly solidified themselves as the second best performing team, behind HLE, who've maybe had a few more happy games, despite their level of excellence, of course. Their opponents today were Top Esports, a team that came in off an impressive run through LPL playoffs, but have now had a less than impressive showing here at First Stand. Before we go further though, a reminder of the stakes. If CFO won, Carmine Corps would lock playoffs, and Team Liquid would have to beat the Titans of HLE in the second series of today to progress. If TES won, KC would be going home, and TL could go into their match against HLE breathing a sigh of relief. They could not breathe that sigh of relief because CFO 2-0'd the struggling TES. Game 1 was a stomp from CFO. Top had drafted for a very heavy skirmish comp, Nidalee from Kanavi with a lot of agency to follow up from the rest of the team in Cassante, Yone, Jhin and now Leona that Crisp does like to favour at the minute. The Oysters in turn had opted into another teamfight comp, albeit a more poke-oriented one with Jace, Talia and Ezreal as their damage sources, while Junja and Kaiwing held down the fort as Sejuani and Alistair. After early oversteps from 369, Top gave early advantages, and grubs to CFO, they snowballed heavily into a mid-game lead off turret takes and lane pressure. TS managed to get Soul Point, picked up a kill or two of their own, but was nowhere near enough to counter the snowball. They just could not find an angle of attack as the game went on. Cream's teleport to punish the Herald play mid-fail, CFO pick up Atakan, and even a semi-successful Baron dance doesn't earn TES much more than a kill and some low HP bars.
To get out, now Kanavi, just denied by Kaiwing, and the curtains were cold, but unfortunately didn't really answer.
Just too late to use it here, he is just in a bouncy castle.
Oh dear, this is one of the more killable Cassantes I've seen thus far, as 369 is dead. 5 against 4 right now, but Rest is going to make his way in as we start a siege into this mid lane. Jackulov avoids at least part of the damage, but not all of it, as now the turret is taking a whole bunch here, and the range that you do have is Glacial Prison flies forward. I don't know about that one as far as the Seismic Shove is concerned, and the Solar Flare is going to connect. Junji is so tanky though, as Kaiwing, he's gone completely off on his own. Crisp gets himself out of there, and the unbreakable will of this cow is actually going to work out. They pull the AD carry though, they pull Cream, and he is going to get taken out. Honkyu falling.
Allows him to get Soul Point on the Dragon as Doggo flying too close to the sun.
Yeah, not quite working out. Arcane shifting over the wall, but you can follow if you are the Yone. So Cream able to lock him down, gets back to work on this Dragon as well, and he is now 1-0
in this game because they have such a massive map advantage.
Kaiwing's flank angle is kind of massive right now, as the Zenith Blade is going to try and push him away. The Weaver's Wall comes down, and they have their eye on the prize. The prize being Crisp, who is going to flash back towards Jackulov, and now a teleport to come forward. Have they overstepped? That's the question. As Cream coming in, a teleport now as Rest just dives on top of the Yone. They push him away, but he does manage to use the ult to get himself out, and it's not enough.
Has hit his 2-item spike, has his Swifties. He's running around the map fast, making big plays.
Well, Ebba Pope's come through here as Chris, not a whole lot he can do about that one. True Shot Barrage cut. CFO have been clinical with their control of this game. They grab the Voracious Otacon. There's the Weaver's Wall to split up the fight, but Honkyu, he's on the northern side. I don't know about that one. He just withdraws. And sometimes you forget that the Voracious Otacon only means it's a couple of 100 gold, and then you can get back into the fight once again. Teleport available, he could come back immediately, as Doggo is going insane underneath this turret. 369 trying to block, but Crisp is still going to be cut down. Now Cream gets knocked up. Kaiwing looking to try and push him out of there, As I don't know about this one, still, we are just going to try and kill 369 before we go down. The withdrawal comes through from Doggo. Kaiwing might be joining him now as Junja going to slow them as much as he can. Headbutts the wall, and speaking of headbutts, Kaiwing is going to try and send...
It's not because he's playing badly, and I better not see any comments.
Oh dear. Cream is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Worst one to deal with if you are going to be trying to contest for Baron, as Junja is going to be dashing forward, looking for Kanavi here. He will accept a crisp as a consolation prize as Deadly Flourish coming on through the knockup, and the delivery of Kanavi as they all dive in. The seismic shove defensively is gorgeous from Honkyu as he then flashes over. Cream's in trouble. He's flashing away. 369 on the other side of the fight, trying to duel against Rest and Doggo, and I think I know where the smart money's at when it comes to that battle. He is going to try and get himself out of there. Will be successful for now, but can they save their inhibitor turret in mid lane?
Yeah, they're just going to look for the Weaver's Wall to cut him off.
Yep, Jackie, I don't know whether he's going to be flashing away from that one. Cooldown not up yet, and the inhibitor is going to fall down once more. Yeah, as the controller does go into the back of the pit. This cow, the secret agent, as now Honkyu could be in a little bit of trouble. Glacial Prison going just wide as Kanavi is getting flanked. The cow comes in. There's the pulverize onto Crisp. Kanavi trying to pounce his way out of there. Crisp not going to have access to that ability, and so he's just dead. Once again, the 1v2 for 369 as he pulls Honkyu away, and Honkyu just goes golden. He should be A-okay here as Rest takes him out. Doggo is in a lot of trouble. Now just standing behind his teammates, making sure... And CFO keep everyone alive. Rest now diving on top of Cream. Cream is maybe able to take this one as the...
Soul felt so close and now feels so much further away.
Junja looking for an opportunity here as Kaiwing once again with the perfect flank angle throws the ulti down to make sure he stays alive and gets the two-man pulverized. Cream able to get himself out of there, had unbound the soul as 369, he's not frontlining anymore, and Kanavi is the one caught out. This War Machine will just eat whatever's in front of them as Honkyu looking for even more. Cream able to get himself just out of there, but they are limping back to the fountain right now, and this...
And CFO, they have got this one super minion here. They're trying to take out these Nexus turrets.
Yeah, 369 diving forward, but he's in the bouncy castle. The seismic shove was too good. He goes all out, but he is all out options as now Cream...
It was clinical stuff from CFO, and TES had no answers. Props must be given to Kaiwing, who flanked so much this game, I'm not sure he had a front, but the whole squad looked dangerous. Conversely, it was a wince-worthy performance out of Crisp, who looked uncharacteristically lost on the map early and then paid the price as designated warder in dangerous areas of the map later. 369 too really dropped the ball in the early game, which helped CFO to their lead. Game 2 was a better start from TES. They ended up with a solid draft. Rumble, Shinsao, Silas and Poppy are all great at aggressive skirmishing. And Corki for Jackie was fine despite so many ADCs being off the table. I mean, like, literally, look at the bans. 5 from CFO alone, never mind Fearless bans behind that. They were, however, obligated to find and execute on the early and mid-game power of their comp, because CFO had once again picked up a monster team-fighting comp. Sion, Skarner and Nautilus is a hell of a beefy frontline, and Azir plus Caitlyn makes for a great long-range consistent DPS backline. The laning here is nothing to sniff at either. All that said, TES was still able to get the ball rolling well enough. A top dive works out in top's favour, all while Jackie Love survives the response dive on the other side of the map. Add in a solid early dragon fight, and TS looked significantly more stable this game. Issues began to crop up in the mid-game though, with TES players beginning to get caught out by Junja's Skarner, and a great Atakan play from CFO was responded to very poorly by TES, who was scattered in their collapse on the objective. Jackie Love really struggled this game, getting repeatedly caught out in critical moments. Honestly, he struggled all tournament. He currently holds the dubious record for the highest average deaths of any player at the tournament, 4.4 a game before the series, which is not great as an ADC to say the least. Conversely, 17-year-old Honkyu continues to impress. His poison teamfights and clutch shuffles were exceptional. We could well be witnessing the birth of a star here, folks. As for the remainder of the game, the Baron fight a little while later seals the deal, and CFO earn themselves not only a 2-0 victory, but second seed for playoffs as well, only dropping games to HLE.
Done. It's 9 actually pretty powerful at the moment. 800 gold in the lead as far as his matchup is concerned, as Jackie taking so much damage. Doggo flashing out of the way of Crisp as well. Gives him the thumbs up. Man, Doggo kind of feeling himself here at the moment.
And I think he should. He trades Flash here.
Oh dear, Jackie in trouble. Honkyu gets the barrier around. There's the anchor to the head. Question mark type situation here as Driver has such a phenomenal angle on the flank. 369's teleporting in. The Keeper's Verdict gets rid of the Nautilus, but the Smite is still there. And Kanavi just going to get thrown out. The Emperor's Divide goes down. That is going to be Junjia taking down the Otacon. But is it going to be enough to win them the fight? As the Impale onto Cream, that's going to take down the Silas. They do manage to get one back, but it's a triple. Making it really hard for them to get in regardless of what was going on. It's Kaiwing looking for another opportunity. Oh man, Kanavi just thrown into the wall. Does get down the ulti, but now he's looking to try and go in. Crisp on an angle, wants to try and find a priority target. He gets Honkyu, gets him into the wall, and he should be taken down. But he goes golden before anything can happen. Driver going to be taken out, but Junja is so tanky. Driver is now the zombie mode, pushing them away here, and Doggo is TS just wanting to try and deny it as best they can. Oh man, just one extra link in that chain. And it would have been a good one. Crisp spotted on the flank angle as Kanavi in there. The Sand Soldiers doing some work. Cream with the Emperor's Divide already hijacked. But Junja just gets rid of him. They dive on top of the Silas. The Dragon's still at 4K as the fight continues to break out. Kaiwing should be eviscerated, but mid for support you'll take. Driver still extraordinarily low, and that's the Dragon denied as it goes over to Kanavi. It's once again another 1-for-1 as Junja looking to try and pick one off. Crisp could be the target, takes a boulder to the noggin, and Honkyu gonna push him away. So some Alcove Gaming not gonna work out here for the Poppy. Known for his tank busting. Yes, he's got a Lord Doms, but I don't know whether it's gonna be enough. Steadfast presence, maybe not as steadfast as Crisp wants it to be as they do dive in. Junja going to be pulling back Kanavi though, as the Equalizer burning down.
Push Driver to block 369, and they can try to burn this down. Cream looking for the flank.
Oh yeah, Honkyu almost actually caught out. There's Jackie Love just scooped up, and Cream diving into the back. He wants to be the hero, but it's desperation from Top Esports. They're going to be taking down some inner turrets, and it looks like they're dotting some I's and crossing some T's. Is not going to get stunned up. Is this Scion? Doesn't really mind about it either because he looks pretty immortal. Is now just zoning away Jackie Love, and Honkyu, he finds him. No flash can get you out of that one, and he goes golden to keep himself alive. They get a couple that wins them this series.
It's elation for Karmine Corp. They're into playoffs. It's devastation for Team Liquid, who now had to be HLE to progress. Hell, it's awful for Top Esports, who could become the sacrificial lamb if TL did win out. Then they would be the ones going home. But if you thought TL would go quietly into the night, you would be wrong. We certainly didn't go quietly into draft. TL drafted to set Yon up to carry, exactly what TL fans wanted to see. Kalista, Renata, backed up by Ziggs, Pantheon, Global Ults, while Impact was tasked with weak side tank duty on that Cassante. Hanwha Life Esports? Well, Hanwha Life Esports drafted Draven Pike with Vi and Ryze, because of course we need more weird ways to turn up at fights, and then round it all out with Kayle top. And it works. Not before Liquid get the early game rolling though. Yon starts off the game as a scary Kalista, but the ticking time bomb of the Kayle and some insanely clutch mid-game skirmishes got HLE right back in the game. They were awesome to watch. Check them out.
Upside. Zeus might kill Impact here though. This could be a bit of a problem as Impact trying to get himself away, but he's still skewered, and Zeus grabs the kill. Yon gonna be moving down here, looking to try and grab some revenge for his top laner. As Delight now, they get dove on. I think Zeus might be dead, ladies and gentlemen. Does have divine intervention, but sometimes even the gods cannot save you, and Yon gonna be able to pull those sticks out, and that's gonna grab that kill. Peanut could be in trouble as well as Yon is dancing around with that martial poise. Grabs a double now on this Kalista, and that satchel's gorgeous! Never doubt APA's Ziggs.
They're overpriced into this play. Meanwhile,
and Delight is dead. So Core JJ, the one
it's a Cloud Soul.
It's my day today. As all right, Zeka is going to get pushed into APA. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down. It's a fair bit of damage onto Delight, but that is going to be the ulti, and Delight should just die here as Umpty just combos him down. Zeka could be in trouble now as well as Core JJ comes through. The handshake is going to be landed, but Umpty is in turret range, does manage to walk out as Peanut A little bit anemic at this point in time. Zeka unable to walk up, but still throwing the spell flux through.
Yun's here.
Oh, okay. Zeka actually taking a lot of damage now, trying to realm warp his way out. Will be able to escape for now and takes Peanut with
even.
it. Yeah.
In fact, Han with a slight lead.
Oh dear, Umpty able to get out of the way of the Bone Skewer this time. There is still a turret that's up and available. Peanut's coming down. Teleported is not going to be enough as Delight delivers a bunch of money over to his teammates. Mega Inferno Bomb coming down. Delight taking some damage from that one. As Zeus also a little worse for wear.
And still a ways away from that.
Peanut just took a whole lot of damage on his way in. Went through all of the mines as well. As great handshake as APA should be able to take him down. But the Divine Intervention onto Peanut. They just wait it out. He does eventually die. I don't know whether that bailout is going to necessarily work as Delight. He's just slinked into stealth and he'll be okay as well as Core JJ just wanted to walk this one off. Handshake going to connect, but so does the Bone Skewer as Viper really...
The Ziggs, unfortunately, because he doesn't do a lot.
APA is dead. So is Zeka though. Never mind. Maybe not as Umpty wanted to grab that stun once again, but Peanut says no, not today, and maybe he's just going to die. Instead, he's got the spear. Then he's able to take down Zeka. Now trying to taxi his way out to these Krogs as Peanut really wants to get that Vault Breaker back. He gets underneath the turret, but the stun is almost back up, and Umpty will survive.
Viper.
The Whirling Death. They should be able to communicate this. And so Umpty just can... JJ spots him out here as Yun is their target. Delight diving forward as well. Cease and assist goes down. Barrier is decent. Has the bailout, but it's not enough. And it's another kill. And a shutdown to Zeus. Oh dear. This Kale is going to be a problem if she wants...
Zeus is going to get glazed for this game, and he should. He was a one-man army and basically provided the front line for his team by ulting the Rise or Draven. We even saw him TP behind enemy lines to flash in and ult his dying teammates. Or what a Chad. Depending on how this year goes, I think Zeus is looking pretty unassailable as the greatest top laner of all time. Don't hurt me, the Shy fans. I know he's also fantastic. I'm just saying, keep an eye on this guy. I think he's really got it, if you didn't think so already.
That's his health bar is so low, but Umpty cannot get in range, and Viper gets another one. Umpty knew he wanted to kill. Will be able to take him down, but he's still
They're trying again to try to push for that advantage.
Yep, some question marks here from Yun as they're saying they're playing protect the president as best they can. Fate's call to try and save Core JJ as Viper. He's going to be cleansing. Zeus currently untouched as there's the ultimate from Core JJ, but it doesn't quite do enough. Peanut dead yet again, but Zeus is free hitting Umpty, just trying to get him out of here, trying to zone. And I don't know whether it's necessarily working because Divine Intervention is on HLE's side and it's Reset City for Delight.
Zeus just once again takes all the aggro and then presses R.
Oh no, the Pierce is going to go wide. Yeah, Peanut actually trying to escape that vision as we can see Whirling Death just to soften them up as Delight finds himself yet another Bone Skewer and oh man, into the bouncy castle goes APA. Viper gets the Divine Intervention, he's frontlining, that's their tank. Their tank is a Kale ultimate as down goes Cassante. Impact lying on the ground as is Core JJ and it's a triple for this Kale that is now entirely out of control. Yun able to avoid the Bone Skewer, but not able to do enough damage to Delight to kill him as Zeka is just walking forward like the orange tank that represents Armor Life Esports. It was not enough to stop them from winning.
Game 2, though, gave hope to the North American faithful. Actually drafted a triple ADC comp with Tristana, Jhin, and a counterpick Quinn top for Zeus. They rounded it with Rel. Fine. And Zyra. Less fine, considering Peanut's recent performances on it. Any comp this squishy has to relentlessly snowball and get huge value out of lane. And TL managed to hold on and bring it to critical objective fights with a comp that could punish HLEs well. Maokai for Umpty and Cassiopeia for APA are hellish for Quinn and Tristana to find angles into fights, while Yon and Core JJ had stellar games on Varus and Rakan respectively. Impact was having a lot less fun on Renekton into Quinn, but that is a notoriously bad matchup. As I said, counterpick. The early game was an intense affair, with Umpty flashing into Peanut's jungle at level 1 to steal his red buff, and APA solo killing in mid lane to set up TL for success. On the other side, HLE found a huge combo with Delight diving tier 1 for a 3-man ult in the bot lane, and the madness kept going from there.
something done here as Peanut unable to land the grasping roots, but that Stranglethorns does so much work, softening up TL. Delight Magnus Storm on test 3 though, as he's underneath the turret, it just may not matter. Viper diving forward as well, manages to take down Yun, as Zeka diving on in. Umpty underneath this turret. He's out of the captive audience range, as is everyone else actually, as this is super awkward. Twisted advances, Umpty's dead. That was so heroic.
Well, Impact is here. I think that's what he wanted to maybe set up for, but this might just be another handbag to the collection.
Never mind, APA's moving down. Let's see whether the Snake and the Crocodile can get something done. The answer is at least they're hit. That's a flash forward. Okay, Slice and Dyson looking all cool. Unfortunately going to die or anything like that, as now Zeus looking for impact, and the curtains have been called. So is the Nature's Grasp though, and that is going to guarantee the Dragon. Oh, everyone's rooted, and there's the quickness into the back line. They get the knockdown, and once again, unfortunately,
and now
APA
Zeus
walking towards Zeus, yeah, exactly, and oh, the petrifying gaze instantly cleansed there by Zeus. Looked very cool, but unfortunately, I think he's still going to die, as the grand entrance cannot be flashed out of, and Impact just culls the meek indeed. Well, does get the information that Impact is going to be in trouble. And now Zeka coming down as well, so he's going to rocket jump over. There's the Dominus, as Quickness going to come on through as well. They do manage to take down the Crocodile, as Delight almost just dies to the turret. The ramping damage almost killing Peanut there as well, as Zeus is just going to kill. At any time they want to pull the trigger, Umpty should be able to just say, no, you're not allowed in here, as the Quickness flies forward. Zeus finding an opportunity is so difficult, as Impact just says, no, you're not allowed in. Zeka now off to the side of the fight, but it's Core JJ that goes down first, and Zeka has made it to safety. These health bars are so low, and this is actually the kind of fight that HLE really want to look for. Zeus now fighting against Otacon as well. This is insanity. And
the key sequence in the game came way later on though, when Zeka and Peanut catch out and kill Umpty. HLE rush Baron, but APA solos Dragon to claim Soul for Liquid. Mountain Soul is a massive win for Liquid, assuming of course the 3 ADCs on HLE don't demolish too many TL structures during the Baron buff.
Button, but TL have successfully disengaged.
I mean, this is a Zyra. They can't just go Dragon, because HLE will be like, we got Tristana, we got Zyra, we'll trade for Baron. I think TL, but split here.
Yeah, Buster shot Umpty, and he should still go down. Has just spawned a minute ago.
There's those shields.
Yeah, they're diving forward. Double knock up there from Core JJ's into the back of the pit. They go. That is the Baron. Over to HLE, but now Impact presses the Dominus button and looks to try and lock down the fight. The flash out from Yun to try and keep himself alive, and Zeka is going bonkers in the fight. APA, he'll turn up at the miasma a little bit too late.
I think they gotta get out of here.
Yeah, you have to run as quickly as you can, but instead they realize that maybe they have not been able to. That dodge was gorgeous, but still, APA is standing. He goes golden, and Zeus is just melting to the poison damage. APA will eventually go down, as Zeka does have his bead drawn now.
And Core JJ finds one of the plays of the game to deny the shove. It's a top draw Rakan flank to win a major team fight by the bot tier 2. Core JJ still got it. Sheesh. With the Baron for Soul gamble gone wrong, HLE are forced into an Elder fight later, which they then handedly lose. And then lose the game. We were going to a decider.
The Baron's now just not really doing anything at all. The late game with Mountain Soul should just be able to win, as Chains of Corruption was optimistic at best. Grasping Roots is going to be grasping at straws there for Peanut. But if TL focus this, it goes down so fast.
They've got the health bar advantage. They might be able to catch
the wrap around. He gets the knockout, and there is the quickness, and Yun able to take him out before he can do anything. Petrifying gaze as the Buster shot gets rid of APA, but Delight is dead. No Magnus Storm for you. TL just find the perfect team fight.
Shout out to APA in particular. His early leads were pivotal in keeping Liquid in touching distance, and he constantly warded off Zeus flanks on the Quinn, and rightly so. Cass makes the Bird Woman's life hell, denying so much of her mobility with ult and miasma. APA knew it. Good work from him. But on to game 3. You would think that HLE would go for a more stable draft after they lost the second game. Nope. Kassadin mid for Zeka. They empowered it with a Sivir. Think about the ult for move speed, and then Skarner and Ambessa to go boldly diving where no LoL player has gone before. Honestly, TL had a pretty good draft to manage Kassadin and divers, Jax can handle him in a side lane, and Ivan, Victor, Ezreal, and Leona is a lot of shield, CC, and zone control to make jumping in a tricky affair.
Turns up, the flash is going to be used by Impact to get himself out of there. Impact wanting a 1v1 as CoreJJ in position once again. They go for this dive, it's certainly dangerous, and CoreJJ flashes in Zeus. Not a lot of options, but he does have dashes for days. So he will make it out. Still in.
He is not really too concerned. Impact may need to be.
Yeah, there's a flash forward. Grandmaster's Might comes down. He does have the counter-strike, but Peanut gets in there, and there goes the kill. Zeus picks up one onto his... Oh, True Shot Barrage, and that is going to secure it.
Setup that they have, so still feeling good as APA?
Yeah, Delight altered it. As there's the public execution, that's how they're able to get that man advantage. But Zeus is burning down. The Impale is so good and Delight will survive. However, Impact just flashes on top of him. Can he get another? The answer's no. It's Zeus. Impact given a little bit of space here. Peanut by himself shouldn't be enough, but he's able to hold him in position for so extraordinarily long. And there's the public execution, and it was As all right, on the hunt, he's going to get procced here as Viper not able to really get too much done. Great route to come out from Umpty to stop Peanut from coming forward, but now Zeka is going to turn up. The Arcane Shift, Yon, not a whole lot of places to go in that flash. Wasn't great either, but the knockups are coming in, and Yon survives for so incredibly long. Impact turning up, trying to take down Zeka, but another Rift Walk gets him to safety, and finally Impact gets here. Peanut flashing away to get himself to safety, and HLE, they just had more people there more quickly.
Yeah, exactly. They just had a numbers advantage, and they were ahead on the tempo. Everyone was set up on the play there for Team Blue.
Viper not going to stick around, but it is still going to be this turret lying on the floor pretty soon. CoreJJ going in once again as a Solar Flare onto it. Skarner is maybe not the priority target here as Zeka turns up once again. APA in that backline. Let's see how much TL can actually get done as Zeus getting spotted.
Didn't look like it in game though. Mid-game rolled around and it became the Zeka montage. He was everywhere and killing everything, backed up by similar showings from his partners in crime. He might have the scoreline, but the rest of HLE were right there with him, crushing NA's hopes and dreams.
Gas it in, and that's not a great sign. Making it
Impact 2 levels down on Zeus here, and he's just not able to do anything. He's getting cut down.
It's pretty absurd. And I mean, Zeus has been playing some weird champions so far. It was Kayle and then Quinn in this series. This is, you know, one of the more coveted of the champions here, as Impact just getting dove underneath his turret by Zeus alone. Yeah, it's not going to be able to kill him. Does stop the recall, I guess, as now the flash comes out. Peanut still just flashing forward. They get the suppress. Down goes Umpty. No more spite for TL, as at least they get some decent damage onto Zeka, but he's still rift walking forward. CoreJJ just standing his ground, says, Yon, you must live. It's the donkey whistle here from Viper, dodging all of the skill shots there as well as Gorgeous, as there's a public execution. The door is given to them as well as Yon is just picked off and destroyed. The same fate lies for Impact as CoreJJ is able to walk it off.
Taken out at max range from another ultimate from Zeus. He's had so many good ones this game. And I think this is the beginning of the end, Atlas.
Yeah, there's the force pulse. CoreJJ slammed into his Nexus. APA, not a lot of buttons remain here as Peanut can tank these turrets for way long.
Strong combo.
Yeah, up a creek without a paddle as Umpty just not allowed to be there. And Zeus shows him exactly why. Zeka is now going to punish Yon for it as well, as he just waits for another Rift Walk. And Yon knows exactly what's going to happen here. He just doesn't. Zeus may, though, as he is underneath the turret here. Zeka is chasing after APA, and APA just takes 1 billion damage. Is trying to kite, but sometimes you press R in his general vicinity, and he pops like a balloon. Umpty also going to suffer the same fate as Zeka.
2-1 HLE. Carmine Core locked. Top Esports locked. Team Liquid homeward bound. Playoffs commence tomorrow. KC take on CFO bright and early, while HLE now face up against shock 4th place TES. Who do you have making it to finals? Tell us below. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on socials for more. See you tomorrow.